Hello and welcome to this festive lesson for 2024. This has been voted on by everybody on the channel, and out of the 4 choices that we got, this was the top choice by 50%. Carol the Bells, or Shchedryck. Shchedryck. Anyway, someone from Ukraine, please tell me how to pronounce that. We are going to be diving into this Ukrainian folk song, which was generally used for New Year's Day, but is now being co-opted into Christmas. It's now a very famous Christmas carol called the Carol of the Bells. We are using the original melody, so I've gone right back to the beginning of the 19th century to find it. There is a fantastic arrangement, which is the arrangement you will hear on YouTube by Mikylo Leontovych. And we're going to take a tiny bit of that as well, because it's a fantastic arrangement and it's got some great ideas happening there. First up, in this video, I am going to try and help you understand the chords, the scales, and the melody and sections to this fantastic Christmas carol. So let's dive in. Glorious is what it translates to, or the Carol of the Bells. So first of all, it starts with this fantastic nothing to it, and that repeats a lot. It is then transposed melodically to build up a little tension. Okay, we then get this fantastic high part. And then we get this before it goes back to moving parts. We've got part 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to 5. So there's only really 5 ideas there that you're going to have to work with. That is the original melody, nothing altered, nothing changed, apart from the key. The original key is in G minor, and I've moved it into the more guitar-friendly key of E minor. So there is a minor third transposition there. What else do we need to know? First of all, obviously I have changed it to E minor. So we have G major, obviously, and from G major we're going to extract chords 1, 4, 5. 5, 7 generally. Obviously 2, 3, and 6 then become 2, 3, 6. We've also got that fantastic number 7, which we're going to use here. Jazzy as hell, and we need it. In here as well, we have the E melodic minor. Now, classically, as a classical player, you would generally play it altering the 6 and 7 back down again to make it back into the Aeolian mode or the natural minor scale. However, from a jazz point of view, jazz musicians and this piece only uses the up version, the ascending version. Which is super helpful. It also gives us a fantastic array of new chords. So chord 1 then becomes, and I'm using 7th chords here, I'm extending it for a very good reason. I want to be able to add lots of color notes and harmony here, so be aware of that. Chord 1 then becomes E minor 7. Chord number 4 then becomes A7. Chord 5. So we can get our 5/1 cadence in, so that's great. Chord number 2, minor 7. Very, very helpful. F sharp minor 7. Which chord number 3 is a major 7 sharp 5. Because of that D sharp. And again, this is why I chose the key. I'm exploiting open strings. And if you could, obviously, you'd stick that in there as well. And then chord number 6 becomes minor 7 flat 5. Lovely, lovely, lovely sound there. And, you know, I can hear that already there. Okay, I can already hear that there for one of my arrangements. Feel free to steal that. And then number 7 is the minor 7 flat 5. So again, you could like, where else could we go? What I want you to do is experiment, first of all, with the 1, 4, and 5, with the melody, and then the melody part 2. And obviously, to get that melody part 2, you're going to need to know where your 1, 4, 5 are. So using the cage system, we got G, 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 it's a D shape. And again, C, C, G shape at this place. And D, obviously, D, C, A. That's all you really need to get yourself up and running with a basic arrangement. Things to keep in mind: bass lines, open strings. It sounds like the Beatles there. Da, 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 da. Anyway, digress. And on that, for sure, that is B, probably to E minor. Okay, but again, I'm adding ideas in from myself. You need to figure that out. I'm stealing one idea from the original range, which I really, really loved, is he has this fantastic, which then goes through 2 voices. So he actually does that right at the beginning. The first bit of the original arrangement on its own, and then we have first voice, tenors, and then we have altos joining in and doing it. So that again is something to steal from the original 1904 arrangement. Not anything later. You want the original arrangement. It's probably the best. On its own, that is your first arrangement. 1, 4, 5 if you can, and 2, 3, 6, add them back in. And then from those 2 arrangements, you will be able to jiggle together, shake all the ideas up, and put together a full arrangement that uses the chords of the G major scale and everything else that you need. Now it's up to you. I have put all of this into a handy little booklet. It's available on my Patreon. It is also available for a download for YouTube members. They have the link. If you want it, you need to head over to Patreon, or you need to head over, join the channel, or if you want to pay for it and don't want to do either of that, it is available in the shop. This has been your daily dose of 6-string festive inspiration from myself, Rain, and classical guitar rocks.